From the Sleepy Time studios across the World Wide Web, it's time to place your bets as we play Dealer's Choice. And now, please welcome our host, our dealer, Jose Casas. Whoever the fuck he is. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? Welcome back to another episode of Dealer's Choice here on Sleepy Time Studios. Boy, if you were not with us on our last episode, you missed a nail-biter of a game. We have a returning champion who, despite losing the bonus dice on the last episode, still picked up an enormous payout with how much chips he managed to pick up. Coming back to us with a total so far of $25,700 in cash. Let's welcome back our returning champion, Gianni Pizzi.
Oh, good to be back.
Gianni, first and foremost, you were in second place at that fourth and final minigame that ended up deciding the match. But you bet big and took a little risk that ended up paying off big time. And now here you are defending your title, currently sitting in third place on our leaderboard at the moment. With another good win like that, though, you could surpass those other two people that are in second and first, and you could take the top spot. Think you can get it done tonight?
I'm hoping so. I mean, with the luck I had last time, you never know.
Yeah,
I still cannot believe it.
You're hoping that it'll carry over like it from last time. But anyways, got quite the competition lined up for you. You ready to meet them as you look to pick up your second win?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, let's go ahead and meet them. First and foremost, it's only been a few episodes, but he's back with us once again, and another familiar face here at Dealer's Choice. Hoping the second time will be the charm and looking to take the championship for himself. Scott Michaels is back with us once again.
Hey, it's me.
Yeah, that's you. What have you been up to since we last had you?
Actually, yeah, the last time I was on here was actually when I was with my parents. Since then, I have moved out and moved into my own place.
There you go, yeah. You were in the process of moving, I think, at the last time you were with us, but now it's all said and done, correct?
Yeah, correct. Just besides, me realizing how much shit I got and realizing I don't know where the hell everything's gonna go yet.
Trust me, as someone who has also moved just like you did from an apartment to a house, I can tell you, enjoy the space you got, because once you start putting stuff around, it's gonna run out faster than you can expect. But in any case, Scott, remind the folks a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Scott Michaels, now residing in Ripon, Wisconsin. Still a college student, out for the summer though, thank God.
Yay!
When I'm not there, I'm a convenience store worker and avid bowler.
Alright, well, Scott, glad to have you back. Think this time will be the time that you get the crown?
I am hoping so, but with Gianni's luck from last week, I do not know.
Yeah, he was in the audience during that last episode, so he saw it. But in any case, good luck to you here. And last but not least, you heard him throughout our last episode as my executive producer, but now he is a contestant once again. We've got the Jamaican assassin, Davion Baker, back with us.
Yes. Hello again.
Glad to have you back, Davion. What have you been up to since we last had you, aside from being my executive producer for this show?
Well, besides doing that, whether it's doing this or whammy, I'm a college student, but still be graduating. But we still have some hills to climb still. But we're coming to the end. Haven't done much yet. I'm still looking for a job. We're just playing all the job applications, and the other spiel of the wrestling, the game shows, and the Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, well, you essentially answered my second question, which was to remind us a bit about yourself. So now I'm going to ask you this: think you'll be able to take the crown away from Gianni?
Well, as a former seasoned champion on another wonderful channel. Gianni's really that kind of guy that could take some risks. So, as a former champion, it's gonna be a tough task. But let's see how this game goes.
All right, well, that being said, good luck to you. Good luck to all three of our players. I have a feeling this is going to be another game that could go down to the wire just like last time. So let's go ahead and get this started. So players, as always, each of you will compete in a series of 4 casino-style mini-games. There will be a max bet throughout every single one of these. And you will each start out with 100 chips that you'll use to bet on these particular mini-games. At the end of the 4th minigame, whoever has the highest chip total will become our champion and will get to face the bonus dice to play for that jackpot, which was not won last time. So, as it stands right now, the jackpot sits at $35,000. That being said, the order of the minigames was shuffled and all randomized before we began the show. And since last time was episode 6, which was a multiple of 3, all 12 minigames were in play for this randomization. That being said, players, let's get things started with our first minigame of 4 for tonight's episode. And I can't believe we're going to this one early. The Wheel of Chance! Alright, players, so here's how the Wheel of Chance is going to work. So as you can see on the wheel, we've got 4 possible suits that the wheel can land on. Spades, hearts, clubs, and diamonds. So, first, each of you are going to tell me how much of your 100 chips you want to bet, and then you will tell me which of the 4 suits you want to put your bet on. We'll give the wheel 1 spin, and whatever suit the wheel will land on will pay out as respectively. So, the spade will give out an even payout. Hearts will give you a 3-to-1 payout. Clubs would give you a 5-to-1 payout. But if you should be risky and go for the diamond and you choose it and it hits, that'll be the big 11-to-1 payout. The max bet in this first game is 10 chips. That being said, champ, you're up first. How much of your 100 chips up to 10 would you like to risk?
I will go with the max 10.
Going for the max bet of 10. All right, Scott, what about you?
I will go 10 as well.
Max bet as well. And Davion, do you want to follow the max bet train or do you want to go lower?
Well, let's do this. The max train.
Everybody going max bet for this first one. All right. Now the next order of business, each of you are going to tell me what suit you want to go for. So, Gianni, of those 4 that are on the table, which one would you like to go for?
I'm gonna go with the hearts.
Gonna go for the hearts. So he's playing for the 3-to-1 payout. Do keep in mind, players, you can pick the same suit as other players. There's no each one possessing a single suit. Scott, which one would you like to choose?
No, I was going with it before the champ picked it. I'm going to follow him in the hearts.
Go for the hearts as well. Davion, what about you?
I'll go clubs.
Gonna be a little riskier and going for the club space. Alright, so nobody going extra risky and nobody playing it safe. Little risk involved here. Let's see how this turns out. Alright, bets are in. Spaces have been selected. Let's spin the Wheel of Chance.
Big money! Big money!
Come on, let's get some big money.
Wheel starting to slow down.
All right.
And it's going to stop on
Clubs!
clubs!
Let's go. Let's go.
So unfortunately, both Gianni and Scott lose their bets. But Davion, with that big risk of going for the 5-to-1 payout, it worked out in his favor. He gets the 5-to-1 payout, and that'll put him at 150 chips, bringing us to the end of the Wheel of Chance.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
How about that? A big risk that paid off for Davion right out of the gate, and he has the early lead at 150. Gianni and Scott are both tied for second at 90 chips, but we are just getting started. We're going to take our first commercial break, folks, but when we come back, we will have our second minigame of 4 here on this episode of Dealer's Choice. Right back after this. Welcome back to Dealer's Choice. Quite the first minigame so far with the Wheel of Chance. Davion taking that big risk of going with the club suit for the 5-1 payout, and it worked out in his favor, so now he has the early lead at 150 chips. Gianni and Scott, since they unfortunately lost, they have a tie right now for second at 90. But this episode's just getting started, folks. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our second minigame of 4 for tonight's episode. And for this one, it's time to play Total Up.
Oh.
Alright, so players, here's how Total Up will work. So we're gonna bring out the card table for this one, players. So I will be dealing 1 card at a time, a maximum of 5. Once all the cards are dealt, we're gonna total everything up. Keep in mind, aces count as 1 point, faces will count for 10. We'll total all 5 of the cards, and depending on the total, there will be respective payouts. So, if you should be risky and go for the cards hoping that they total up anywhere from 6 to 20, you will win a big 20-1 payout. You can choose to be little risky, but not too risky with the 21 to 30 range. You pick that and it hits, you'll get a 5-1 payout. You could, of course, play it safe with the 31 to 40 range. That'll get you even payout. Or you can take a slight risk and go for the 41 to 50 range, which will get you a 3-1 payout. Now, the max bet in this game is 25 chips. So, first order of business is for the 3 of you to tell me your bet sizes. So, Gianni, of your 90 chips up to 25, how much would you like to bet for this game?
I will go with 15.
15 chips. All right, Scott, of your 90 up to 25, how much would you like to risk?
I'll go 20.
20. All right, and Davion, of your 150 up to 25, how much would you like to risk?
Well, we're going by 5, so I'm going to the max, 25.
Davion going for max bet. All right, so that's the first order of business taken care of. Next up, each of you will choose a range that you're going to put your bet on. So, Gianni, of the 4 ranges you see on the screen, which one would you like to choose?
I'll go with 21 to 30, 5-1.
Playing for the 5-1 payout with a 21 to 30 range. All right, Scott, what about you?
I'm going to go for 41 to 50.
Going for the 41 to 50. All right, going for the 3-1 payout. Davion, what about you?
I'm between 2. You know what? I'll go with Gianni, 21 to 30.
21 to 30 range. All right. So we're going to switch things up for our card table here. If you'll recall, we ended up using the standard bicycle playing cards for the first game here, but for this one, we're going to bring out the New York City cards one more time.
New York City.
Ooh, New York City?
So yeah, this is the secondary card deck. It will become the primary one we'll use. So, again, 5 cards is the maximum that will be drawn. Let Total Up begin. Alright, so here comes the first card. We start things off with an ace, which is 1.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, just getting started. It is early. Alright. Next card off the top of the deck. A king. Wow, if only this was blackjack.
Okay.
So that's 11 so far. Alright, third card up. A jack. We're up to
Okay.
21.
We're in the blue. We're in the blue section.
So we're in the so nobody picked the red range, so that one won't pay out. All right, we're at 21 so far. Next card up. A 10.
Nice.
Yep. Yellow space.
So I believe we're at 31 right now.
You're correct.
This is the last card. It's going to come down to this.
Come on, 10. Come on, 10.
Or face.
There's lots of 10s or face cards in this deck. Our final card is a 10.
There we go.
A grand total of 41.
Exactly. Wow.
So, let's pay out. Let's go ahead and deal with our payouts here. Unfortunately, Gianni loses again. House wins that bet there. Davion unfortunately loses his bet as well. But as for Scott, he took a risk and went for the 41 to 50 range. It'll be a 3-1 payout in his favor. That'll put him up to 150 chips. He now takes the lead. And that brings us to the end of Total Up. Well now. And in the blink of an eye, we have a new leader. Scott has now taken the lead at 150. Davion is not that far behind at 125. And Johnny not out of it yet at 75 chips. But it is still anybody's game. We're going to take a pause for our next commercial break. But when we come back, we'll have our third minigame of 4 here on this episode of Dealer's Choice. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Dealer's Choice. After 2 games, we already have a brand new leader. Scott now has the lead at 150 chips. Davion now falls to second at 125, but he's not that far from the lead. And Gianni has third place at 75, but it is still anybody's game as we now head on to our third minigame of 4 for this episode. And for this one, we are going to be playing Combination.
Back again.
Yep. Didn't think it'd be possible, but with the rotation resetting, every single minigame was eligible, and this has come up in back-to-back episodes. But for those that don't remember how Combination works, here's the gist. So, I'm gonna deal out two card hands. I'm gonna be dealing out some hands of Baccarat, 2 card hands, maximum of 4. Using the Baccarat math skills, so we're gonna be adding the cards and using only the 1 digit. If neither hand, if it doesn't total 7, then the players win. And the bet size will double, and then after each hand there will always be the option to stop and cash out their winnings, or they can let it ride. With that being said, the max bet in this game is 50 chips. Gianni, you were up first of your 75 chips up to 50. How much would you like to risk?
I will go max bet 50.
Taking a risk going max bet. All right. Scott, you have 150. Up to 50. How much would you like to risk?
I will follow him. 50.
50 as well. Davion, are you going to go max bet or are you going to go lower?
Just remind you, this was played last time and it was at the same position, so I know how big it goes. Max bet.
Everybody going max bet at 50 chips. All right. Let's bring out the card table once again. Gonna move the table like so. Table angle right there. And we're bringing out the other card deck for this one. This one was also shuffled before the show began. Alright. With that being said, gentlemen, wish you nothing but the best of luck. Let Combination begin. Alright. So, the first card up in our first hand. An 8.
Okay.
And to that we add a 10,
Nice.
which is 8. You barely missed it. We double the bets. Now it's decision time. Gianni, you have 100 chips. Cash out or let it ride for the second hand.
I'm letting it ride.
Letting it ride. Scott, you have 100.
Let it ride.
Davion, you have 100.
Let it ride.
Everybody going on for the second hand. Let's put these cards aside. We will not be using these. Let's go to the next hand. First card in this one is a 6.
Oh, okay.
And our second card up is another 6.
Nice. That's a 2.
That is 2. And appropriately enough, we double the bets once again, putting the players at 200. Gianni, you have 200 chips. Cash out or let it ride for the third hand.
Letting it ride. Letting it ride.
Letting it ride. All right. Scott, you have 200 as well.
Let it ride.
Playing on. Davion, you have 200 as well.
Let it ride.
Everybody going for the third hand. All right. Next card up for this third hand. An ace. Ooh,
Oh,
boy,
thank God
it
came up now.
boy, that shuffle worked out.
Well.
And to that we add a king.
That's a 1.
That is 1.
Oh my.
Whoo! Oh boy.
Each of y'all have 400 chips. Gianni, cash out or let it ride for the fourth and final hand.
I'm letting it ride.
Letting it ride. All right. Scott, you have 400.
Let it ride.
Going for it all. Davion, you have 400 as well.
It's either 800 or bus. We let it ride.
Alright. It's gonna come down to this last hand. Wish the three of you nothing but the best of luck. Here we go with our fourth and final hand. First card up is a 10.
It's a 0.
Oh,
Oh boy. Oh boy.
come on.
For max bet and max payout for everybody. All comes down to this final card. It is a 9.
Nice. Yes. Yes.
Max payout for everybody.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that. Wow.
Unbelievable. Now I want to know how many hands would we have survived?
I'd be a lot.
That would have been a
That's good.
5.
Yeah.
That would have been a 5.
Mm-hmm.
0. Good lord.
Yeah.
Wow. The shuffle just worked out in y'all's favor. Unbelievable.
Wow.
But wow. So with that brings us to the end of combination with a very successful result. So, score-wise, things are getting a lot more interesting. Gianni's at 825, Davion's at 875, Scott has the lead at 900. But with one mini game to go, it's gonna come down to the last game. We're going to take one final commercial break. When we come back, we will be crowning a champion here on Dealer's Choice. We'll be right back after this for the fourth and final mini game. Welcome back to Dealer's Choice. We've got a very close battle on our hands here. 75 chips separating our three players. And we are now at our fourth and final minigame of the episode. And I kid you not when I say this, but the randomizer did choose this game as the last one. Just like the last episode,
Oh,
we wrap it up with bingo.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And I kid you not, the randomizer did indeed select it. I used random.org and I used the list randomizer and put all 12 of the possible games in it. And this was what came up as number 4.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
So, players, here's how bingo works. We're going to be bringing out the bingo cage once again. We're going to keep drawing bingo balls until we get a bingo combination, one of the 3 that you see on the right side of the screen. And the bingo combinations have their own respective payouts. The horizontal and vertical bingo will pay off a 2-to-1 payout. The diagonal bingo will give you a 4-to-1 payout. And the 4 corners bingo will net you an 8-to-1 payout. Now, this fourth and final minigame is different because, number 1, there is no bet limit. You can bet any or all of your total chips. And second, you won't reveal out loud your bet size. You will DM it to me via Discord. So, players, think very carefully about your bet sizes and DM them to me.
Here's mine. Yes. Thank you.
All right, 2 players are in. Everybody's in. All right. Next order of business. Each of you will choose a bingo combination to bet on. Gianni, do you want the horizontal, vertical, diagonal, or 4 corners?
One of the last time, I'm going diagonal.
Going for the diagonal. Scott, what about you?
I'm hoping last week doesn't hit. I'm going horizontal vertical.
Horizontal, vertical. Davion, what about you?
Oh boy. I wanted to choose the diagonal, but I'm not sure how the unpredictable of those balls. So I'm gonna play safe. Horizontal, vertical.
Alright, Scott and Davion playing safe. Gianni going risky like he was last episode with the 4-to-1 diagonal. Let's bring out the bingo cage. Alright, it is back once again. All 16 of the balls are in here. I'm going to shuffle them around. And we'll keep on drawing them until we get a combination. And do keep in mind that multiple bingo combinations can happen at once. Simultaneous. That being said, let bingo begin. Shuffle the balls in the cage. That one doesn't count. We'll put that one back. This is the first one. And we start out with 3.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, we'll put that other one that fell back in the cage. Alright. Randomize everything around once again. Next number up, we have 5. Up next, we have 4.
Ooh.
Alright, continue to mix them around. Next number up, we have 14.
Okay.
Alright, the used bingo balls, of course, go on this side of the cage to make sure they don't move around. Here we go, next one. Alright. Next up, we have 15. Right next door.
Hmm.
Getting down to the nitty-gritty here, folks. Oh, I caught it just in time, and it's 13.
Oh.
Oh, this is gonna be close.
Come on, please.
Come on, 16,
A
please.
16 will end the game. Shuffle them around.
I
I don't believe this.
What is it?
10.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
A 7.
Here we
will
go.
Hit, a 7
Here
will
we-
hit for the diagonal. A 16 will hit the horizontal.
Please, 16.
Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Here we go. Moving around, all being shuffled up as can be.
Alright. There you go. Here's the ball.
Not over yet. 11.
Oh god.
Oh. Okay.
Same situation. 7 will give diagonal. 16 will give horizontal.
7 will win everybody.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, that's right. Now a 7 will win it for everyone. I didn't see the
Yikes.
vertical.
Oh boy.
Okay, this is getting interesting now. Will it continue?
Oh, boy.
Will it end?
16, please.
Please.
Still not over 12.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Now
god.
a 9 or a
Nine.
16 will only pay for the horizontal vertical. 7 will still pay out for everybody. Jesus, just as suspenseful as last time. Couldn't have asked for a better game to end it on, honestly. Well, I can tell you right now, this game is over.
Okay.
9!
Let's go.
There it is, folks. Number 9.
Number 9,
Yep.
number 9.
Number 9.
And that brings us to the end of bingo. So,
Oh boy.
before we reveal the payouts, let's go ahead and put all the bingo balls back in the cage, so you guys can see that we are playing this indeed legitimately. Honestly, love using these props. It makes the experience a lot more authentic, if you will. Alright.
And like you said, the suspense. Yeah.
Exactly. Alright. So, we're done with the bingo cage for now. Let's go ahead and reveal the payouts. Alright. So again, as always, we're going to go from 3rd to 1st. Which means, Gianni, we're going to be starting with you. You came into this round in 3rd with 825 chips. Of those 825, you chose to take a massive risk and bet 500.
Oh.
But unfortunately, it didn't
wow.
work out. Because because you chose to bet on diagonal. That will leave you with 325 chips. Next up, we go to Davion. You came into this round in second with 875 chips. Of that 875, you chose to bet 800. And with the 2-to-1 payout that you got from the horizontal bingo, that'll give you a 2-to-1 payout, putting you at 2,475 chips.
Gonna be a close one, folks.
But now, it all comes down to Scott. He came into this round into this minigame in the lead with 900 chips. Of those 900, you chose to bet 702, and with the 2-to-1 payout, it is not going to be enough. With 2,475 chips, Davion is the new champion on Dealer's Choice.
Oh my god.
Good game.
Good game. I'm still shocked as from the season 1. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
But Davion with 2,475 chips by the skin of your teeth, you have become the champion, and you're going to be playing the bonus dice in just a moment.
This is unbelievable.
Gianni, we're going to start with you. You were hoping that that bingo round would end up the same way it worked out for you last time, but this time around it was only the case of one combination hitting and only one.
Yep.
And that was what ended up truly costing you there. But did you still have fun with us tonight?
We had a great time.
Well, hey, you're not leaving out of here empty-handed. You did pick up 325 chips, which we will go ahead and turn into dollars for you there. So, another 325 chips to add to your total. So, let's see. When we do the math, if my notes will load up quicker, thank you very much. Come on. Yeah, that's the order of the games, but come on.
He has $26,125.
There we go. 26,125. Yeah, I already added it up. So 26,125, Gianni, and you are sitting in third place right now on our leaderboard.
That's good.
Well, we thank you for trying. These just did not go your way, unfortunately, though.
Still a great time.
But hey, either way, thank you for trying. And Scott, as for you, yet again, it was close, but you sadly fell short. It was a brutal ending right there.
Well, the assassin lives up to his name. That's all I gotta say on that one.
Well, hey, either way, you're not leaving out if you're empty-handed. We are going to let you keep the 2,304 chips. That becomes dollars. You walk out of here with $2,304 on tonight's episode.
Still a good total. I'll take it.
All right, but I know we'll be seeing you on a future show for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, that is Scott Michaels and Gianni Pizzi, everybody, and Davion Baker. My goodness, just like Gianni, you are going to be getting a massive payday. 2,475 chips. We multiply that by 10 and turn those chips into dollars. Already before the bonus dice, you have a total so far of $24,750.
Still unbelief, but yeah, it's shocking. It's similar to the last episode.
Yep. But we're going to take a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to see if you can conquer the bonus dice for a jackpot of $35,000. We'll give you a few moments to prepare yourself. Folks, will Davion take us for $35,000, or will the bonus dice conquer another victim? We'll find out right after this here on Dealer's Choice. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Dealer's Choice. We are here with our brand new champion, Davion Baker, who by the skin of his teeth managed to bet just enough in that bingo game to pull off the victory. And now, Davion, you've got $24,750 because of the insane amount of chips that you picked up. But now you got an opportunity to take us for our bonus dice jackpot of $35,000. Are you ready to do this?
Ready as I ever be.
Then let's bring out our dice table and get to the bonus dice. So, Davion, since this is your first time, I will go ahead and explain to you here. The object of the game is to try to build up a bank total of $1,000 or more before rolling that dreaded spade, which around here is a 6 on the blue die. Now, the way you earn money is by landing on everything but a 6 on the blue die. If you get a 1 or 2 on either one of the dice, that'll be $50 added to your total. A 3 or a 4 will add $100 to your total from either die. A 5 on either of the dice will get you $150. And a 6 on the white die specifically will get you the big $200. And remember, that 6 on that blue die is the spade that you want to avoid. If you go for it and you roll that spade, you will lose any money that you've accumulated along the way, and that'll be the end of the game. You'll walk away with nothing. Of course, with each roll that you do survive, you do have the option of stopping and walking away with the money you've accumulated up to that point. That being said, I wish you the best of luck. The dice are now officially in my hand. They are shaking around. You just tell me when, and we'll get this started.
Alright, let's get the big money and roll.
Oh boy. Okay. We got a 5 on the blue die and a 2 on the white. That is $200 to start it off. Alright. Stop and walk away with the 200 or go for another roll.
Go for another roll.
We continue on. Alright, dice are in my hand. You know what to do.
Alright, rolling.
Are you serious? The second roll in and it snipes ya. Wow. There it is, folks. You see it right there. Well, all that was for nothing.
I know, right?
Well, unfortunately, Davion, the bonus dice have claimed another victim in you. Man, ever since we gave it away in back-to-back episodes, it's just not been the case ever since. We have yet to give away that bonus dice jackpot. Davion, I am sorry. Unfortunately, no money picked up in this bonus dice round, but you still have $24,750 for your season total, and you're going to be coming back with us on our next show as you look to defend your title. So we'll hopefully see you then.
I'll be there, and yeah, sometimes you can get in on your first try, but I'll try for the second. If I make it.
Should you make it, Davion, you'd be playing for a bonus dice jackpot that will increase by $5,000 once again, since it was not won. Meaning that this is now officially the highest the jackpot has ever been, because it will now be sitting at a whopping $40,000. But for now, folks, that's going to wrap things up here for tonight's edition of Dealer's Choice. Thank you all so much for watching and joining us here tonight. If you're new to Sleepy Time Studios, like, share, subscribe, all that fun jazz. There's lots of game show content on the channel available for you guys to check out and watch. And if you missed any of the previous episodes that led up to this one, be sure to check out the playlist to get yourself caught up. But until next time, when we see Davion Baker back here to defend his title, and it'll be time for us to place our bets one more time. I'm your host, Jose Calzades. For all of us here at Sleepy Time Studios, this has been Dealer's Choice. We will see you next time for another episode. Good night, everybody.